How's that? Testing. Mic test. Hello. Yeah, sorry. I guess I should have checked the readout. Um, the computer set the. Good to see you, Matt. Moses, at work, I'll put up with the squad for your next stream. Add me on Discord. Milky3. There should be a link to my Discord somewhere. You got a new house? No, we really haven't talked in a long time, Matt. I haven't. No. I'm gonna step over to the other to the spray area right now and base prime these things, these weapons. So I'll be back here in a few minutes. Okay. Let me see if I can look at my Facebook on this PC here. Hold on. That sounds awesome though. Let's see if the password is stored properly. I'm not a robot. That didn't work. Password you entered is incorrect. I don't know my password. I have to let me look at my phone. I don't know my password. Let's see. Let me search for Matt Box. At the house there. Oh, that's great. Yeah. I look forward to seeing pictures. I love old houses, man. Good for you. I love the old artistry. My brother, before he passed away years ago, he bought a bunch of old houses in Pennsylvania where he was living. Got them like off auctions, and kind of fixed them up and flipped them. But like when I checked them out, one of them had all this really like hand cut, like tr- beautiful wood trim. The whole house was just amazing. Um, and like, but it was way out there in Pennsylvania. So I was like, oh man, don't sell this house. It's too beautiful. Yeah, they don't make them like they used to. Yeah, I bet those old houses really have that old flair. Okay, so well, that's great. Maybe someday I'll come visit. Um, okay, so I'm in the process now of getting this towel thing done for my buddy. I've been staring at this model now for a year. He said that to me in January last year. I've just been sitting here in my space. Um, I feel terrible. His fault though, because he told me don't worry about it. I was in the process of getting them done like 6 months ago. Then he's like, "Don't worry, no pressure." And then of course I'm like, "Whoopsie." Okay. Yeah, thanks, Matt. You'll have to put a game room in there. Yeah, I don't think I haven't streamed since like Christmas. On Christmas Day, I streamed for a little while, painting my death company. I need to get this paint out of this dropper. I need my lookers on too. I can't see shit anymore. Oh, what a difference. Yeah, I've been just super busy myself. I don't remember the last time I actually played 40K. The last tournament I went to was over a year ago, give or take. I think it was that GT I went to, like Schenectady, New York. Oh, his head fell off. One thing I really need to do is organize my paint. Kind of go through and just throw away all the stuff that's been stagnant now for years. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, show me pictures. I want to see the inside. Um, yeah, I tried to get fancy with these. I tried to do the little stealth suits with a kind of that stealth look you've seen people do, where they're like going stealthy. But I just couldn't pull it off. It looked bad, so I gave up on that. So I just sprayed them black again, and I'm gonna just do them with black trim, just to get them done, get them out the door. Um, be done with that project hanging over my head. What am I gonna do here with the base he's got them on? What color would I do that? Um, What do you think? Anybody there? I've been kind of a fan of bone color recently. Like, here's the bone color base I was doing for my Tau. Maybe I'll do the metal with bone, then just brown with the rest. Do I want to commit to this color? You know, I'm gonna go with just with good old fashioned metallic. Yeah, gray it is. I don't usually like to hand paint this stuff. I like to just airbrush it, but he's already got the model glued on there pretty well, so these things I'm gonna go spray with a rattle can gray. Be right back. Okay. I need dark brown. Let me see if I can angle the camera out a little better so I don't have to worry so much about you guys seeing what I'm doing. Really, I decided to pop on today because the kids at school found my page and they want to see more. They wanted to see me come on. They're like encouraging me. I'm like, you guys are too kind. I guess I'll have to try this weekend. They found my YouTube. Why is that? Did I not put wash on there? Let me do that. So now I'm teaching video game design, and part of the class at the beginning of class at the beginning of the year or the semester, I do like a forum poll that they have to fill out, and one of the questions is what do they want to do? What from video game design? What do they hope to get from that? Almost all of them put that they want to be a YouTuber streamer. And I'm like, well, you got to develop something, kiddos. If you want to do that, you got to have develop your public speaking for sure. Find something you're good at and do it, but don't set your dreams short on just streaming. There are so many people doing it nowadays that are so good at it that it's hard to get back into it. I've been struggling. I kind of like this blue. Yeah, well, like on top of not, I was talking. I think when my mic was not working, I was talking about how I don't have anyone to play with anymore. You know, and when you don't really have a regular play partner, I'm too far away from the places to go play when I'm available. You kind of lose the interest a bit, and so like going to tournaments alone isn't really fun. I go there and I hang around. You know, it used to be I would know someone there just from gaming and Jawaballs, and so I'll go anywhere and be able to hang out with somebody. But that's not so common anymore because I really haven't been around, so no one really knows me anymore. I kind of like that blue better than what I had on there. That Tyrant blue. Where's the head? So one thing I really have to do right now is just find an event and schedule it and go to the event. So I gotta commit and just go do something. Um, find something to do. That my lookers just mess with my eyes. Um, I need my lighter shade of gray. Where is it? There it is. I was looking at my old YouTube stuff with the kids just briefly because they wouldn't stop playing it. Jerks. So, but man, have I aged. It is awful looking at uh, the difference between my voice alone, my voice compared to 2006 when I started. What a difference. I suppose that alone is the best part of my YouTube channel. Coming up on 2 decades of me on YouTube. Not much lately, but um, my son will have that to be able to look at when I'm gone. The things we start to really care about, I guess, right? As we get older, leaving stuff behind for our kids. I doubt my son has even looked at my YouTube channel. He knows I have one, but he doesn't care. But it's really interesting to see just how I've aged. Okay, I'm just gonna go right with the Ulthuan Gray, and on this insignia, and then Apothecary White. Yeah, this is thin Uth there. That's air Ulthuan. Get the arm off. Thought I glued that thing on there, but I guess not. And my friend used putty. Package arrived. So I've been playing a lot of games lately. Probably the last since Mayish got into gaming with my brothers. So there's that. That's been kind of consuming my time. This game called Arc Raiders. I haven't really streamed it much. I wasn't all that proud of the content. I haven't streamed it at all, honestly. Arc Raiders. It's a very adult game. Interactions, a lot of language, and as you know, I like to keep my content PG-13, so I don't stream it. It's tremendously fun, and at the same time, awful. But it's still holding up. Dune Awakening, I was streaming that, and that game just came to an end. Its playability just ceased. And that was the end of it. Um, Borderlands 3 was great for whatever Borderlands was wonderful and fun, engaging, excellent to play. But then Arc Raiders came out, which blew it away. Here I am talking. No one's watching. It's all right. This is for the kids. Excuse me. So I think that Arc Raiders is coming to an end. its fun factor has dwindled. It's an extraction shooter, which I didn't even know was a genre of a game. Kind of along the lines of Rust, and as you saw, if you saw my stream on Rust, it was short lived. Because in that game, you would build a base, and then when you're offline, people would destroy your base. And like when you camped, you had to camp in your base, right? So your body stayed in game the whole time. So when you logged off, your body was still in there, and people could come in and just destroy you. You log back in naked in the middle of a wrecked base, and that was terrible. That was just a bad, bad, bad thing. So Arc Raiders is a similar kind of PvP thing. It's a PvP VE game. And the premise of the game is that robots invaded the planet and forced the survivors underground. So they survive by sending raiders up to the surface who look for resources. So the way the game plays is you have 20, you have half an hour to go up to the surface and search the ruins for things that the community needs, rusted parts and rubber and stuff. So you got to fight the Ark, which is like drones and ground walking robots that are trying to kill you. They're like probing, looking for you. So you got to deal with that. But on top of that, all the other people playing, the raiders, are PvPers that can and most likely will attack you at any given time, which is great and terrible because in all of my years of gaming, I've had some of the worst experiences playing this game I've ever had. One of the, for one issue, there was like one of the a YouTuber or streamer, something peanut, and him and all of his followers, he had all of his followers dressed up with like a blue helmet, and then he was doing terrible things to people. So all of his little followers started jumping into games and doing terrible things to people to emulate him. And it really made the game unfun, trying to constantly being attacked and then having these people say terrible things like this dude Peanut. Um, it really made it awful. A lot of people were upset by this, rightfully so. But again, it's a PvP game, an extraction shooter, so kind of have to figure out exactly what you hope to accomplish in a game like that. I at first tried to fight. I'm not very good at that stuff though. I've never played Call of Duty. So I wasn't very good at the PvP element of the game. And so what I decided to do, my character Jawaballs, someone attacks me, I just let them kill me. I don't shoot back, you know, and I don't go into the game with gear that they would benefit from. I use crappy gear because what they're trying to do is get your equipment off you. So killing me is not all that beneficial for them. So that's what I do. I help people. I heal them and I revive them if they're down. And that's how I play the game. That's how I find my fun. So you got to find your fun, right? Figure out what makes the game fun for you and play it that way. People are getting upset over the PvP killing. Okay, what was I about to do? Be right back. Okay. So these things, I'm just going to do them. I'm going to use the Tyrant Blue on them. Give them all a wash. Let's see what happens. Yeah, see, I kind of like this better over the dark blue. So maybe I'll do that with all these weapons. I'll give them a Drakenhof wash first. And then I'll touch them up with this color to give them that blue kind of luster, which I do like. I'm way off. Nope. Oh, he actually drilled the barrels. He definitely put some work into prepping these things. They're all magnetized. I guess these, I don't know what, I guess these are the guns for the stealth suits or something. I don't know. This, no, here's one of the missiles for this guy. I don't know. That go on. There must be magnets on there somewhere. All right, we'll let that one dry. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so what else? I was playing around with these guys. I was painting these crew. And I got that lime green. I hated it. Just hated that lime green color. It's terrible. Negative lime green. I had hoped that they'd come out better, but it did not. Just undoing that shade that I did with the apothecary wipe, but well, that's not bad. Okay. Gonna let that base dry. So while this is all drying here, I'm gonna continue to work on my Death Company bits and pieces. Who needs what? Let's see. Yeah, your chest eagles are just terrible. Let me find a super fine brush. Let's see if that does the job for me. I bought some new brushes. Gilded Goblin. That was these. Let's try that. There's one bristle sticking out on the end of that brush. It's right there. It's so annoying. I have tweezers, maybe I can tweeze it off. That one bristle keeps messing with my point. I can't have that bristle. That's annoying. Okay. What I'm going to do is just kind of finish each of them now individually. Let's get it all done one at a time. Gray. I woke up this morning at like 4:30 a.m. I could not sleep. It's terrible. Getting old sucks. But any other time when I have to go to work, I can't get up. It's just the weirdest thing. When I get to sleep in, nope, I'm awake. Okay. I think what I'm going to do with the eyes is I'm going to try using a red glaze on all these guys in the squad. So I'm going to do the eyes with like a um Uthuan, I guess, right? Let's see. And then glaze them. 'Cause I know I got some red glazes or washes, red contrast paints. Let me look, see what I have. I know I bought some. My buddy Matt Fantastic at Elm City Games was, he was clearing out his inventory, and I bought a bunch of GW paints. Hold on. This is a small handful of them. I know I have a lot more hiding someplace. I need to spend some time today just going through all this stuff. I got a bunch of Mephiston red. That's my favorite airbrush color. I got other, stuff I use commonly. I got a lot of paints to paint my Dark Angels. Someday. My Crag blue. Anyway, so I got blues and greens and reds. I know I have. I don't want to put my glasses back on. It'll mess up my vision. I'm searching. Let's see. I have Blood Angels red contrast. Blood letter glaze. Let's see. They don't make this anymore. This glaze, blood letter. Maybe that'll be, that's very bright. It's very orangey. See that? And I have Blood Angels red. And I think there's another one. It's um, Green fur dunes. No way. The light's blinding me. I thought I had like another red. That was not Blood Angels red. Probably somewhere. I just don't know where it is. All right, well, I'm gonna do one with I'll do the contrast first because that's so much lighter. The glaze, and then I'll you see? Look what it does with the red. Look at it makes that red kind of pop. See that? Okay. I don't know if I actually hit this dude with the airbrush or not. It doesn't look very well airbrushed. Putting the Drakenhof Nightshade on the plasma pistol. I think this is what I'm gonna stick with as far as my weapons. Again, I've always used it. I like how it fills in. I like that dark blue. Gives me my sort of fake non-metallic that I've always used. Sermon blue was the original one I used way back in the day. All right. Now, one thing I want to mess with, we'll see what happens. I want to put in a black shade on the feathers. I want to see if it'll work here. So let's see. I want some contrast here to pop out the feathers. They reduced heavily the intensity of Nuln Oil, which had to happen. People were using it to just lathering it on. I kind of like when I'm getting this weird inadvertent kind of shade down on the feathers a bit. It's not intentional, but it's working for me. Yeah, I think that works. And here I am, lathering it on. It's the back, so I don't care as much. Yeah. That looks good. I'll take that. Definitely. Someday I'll come through and I'll pick out all the little details on the jump packs with gold. I've never been a huge fan of Nuln Oil, but I'm kind of digging what it's doing. It is getting the job done on these feathers. It's kind of correcting some of the badly airbrushed areas when I put the gray on, reducing the sputtering that happened. My airbrush wasn't working properly. All right. Yeah, I'll take that. Those look good. I wasn't really happy with the feathers before, but I think that Nuln Oil wash helped. Okay. Put him up there. So I'm tempted to try a Nuln Oil wash on these insignia on this guy. What have I got to lose, huh? What I wanted to do was just add some depth, fill in some of the recessed area there, and then pull down and leave the gray showing. I'll come back and do a highlight. Yeah, I think that might just work. Okay, so now I got to do a gray dry brush. Well, let me do the wash on these things. Need my Drakenhof Nightshade. And here I am absolutely just lathering this stuff on. So I've been watching a show, well, rewatching for like the 80th time, Stargate Atlantis. I know you probably know that I'm a huge fan of the Stargate shows, and Atlantis is just good. You know, if you've never watched it, you should definitely watch it. Um, the I don't know the actors' names, but McKay makes the show. He's such an asshole, but just makes the show. And the way and when they got rid of Rainbow Sun Franks, who played Lieutenant Ford, season 2, I think, because he was just weak. He was a weak character and a weak actor. And they brought in Jason Momoa, Aquaman. Right, this was his first role, I think, and he really added a good element of drama that was lacking to the group. Colonel Shepard, his interactions between the two of them, uh, just works great. The looks that he gives, you know, the unspoken kind of sarcasm that he throws around, just so well done. So if you've never watched one of those shows, you should watch all of the Stargate stuff. Really, it's so good. But definitely you should watch Atlantis, because it's really good. I've been rewatching them on season 3 now, and it's I look forward to kind of going up and just chilling on the couch to watch it. I wish that Matt had more of my Nightshade. What's that? Seraphim Sepia. Sepia wash. I'll need to find some sand to put down here at the base of these things to cover that up a bit. These are the stands for the drones. You put them on this cork. I'm not a huge fan of this cork basing. In very small amounts, it kind of works, but not as a full on basing piece like this. It just looks like cork. It doesn't look like rock. Okay. Where is the other drone? There he is. All right. Let's look at that weapon now. It's not quite dry yet. I think one of the reasons why I've been so reluctant to even bother with these is these weapons. It's just so tedious. That's a lot of work right there. Those weapons. I hate to say it, Bob, but I think I'm just gonna wash them and dry brush them. They're not gonna get the full highlight treatment because it's just too much. And again, this job's been looming over my head. I know he sent me some bikes which have just been sitting. Yet last year I bought some Deathwing, and I was gonna do Dark Angels Army, and I reached out to see if anybody had the Primaris bikes, and he has some that he sent me, and he asked me to paint these as payment. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll do that. Where's the magnet? Is it in there? Oh, there it is. Underneath. Nice. Look at that. That will go there. Oops. I don't know if any other ones go up on top. Is there magnets up here? No. No magnets. Hello, whoever just popped in. Say hello. Chat with me. Give me something to talk about. All right, so let me get the Drakenhof, and I'll give them all the Drakenhof Nightshade. Ah, stuck to the metal, the magnet. Oh, he didn't last very long. That one little viewer that popped in. Stargate does a thing that does kind of annoy me. Well, for one, it's an old school TV show, so there's 24 episodes per season or something like that, which is a thing of the past. And so to fill some of that space, they do something that's called clip episodes, and they'll bring in whatever a couple of the actors to have a basic plot of the episode, but all they're really doing is like reminiscing on like stuff that happened in the past. And they fill in 2/3 of the episode with clips from previous episodes to kind of to retell that story. Just as a cheap way to get a filler episode in there, you know, a clip episode. They're showing clips of old shows with a weak plot for the episode with only one or two of the actors. My phone went off. So it kind of annoys me when they do that. But they'll always follow up the next episode after a clip episode with a big, and like they'll leave that clip episode off with a cliffhanger or a major plot point, and then they'll follow up with the next episode being an important one, a big episode to go with the plot. Because in the series kind of plods along with the plot of the season, right? So whatever crisis they're dealing with in that particular season, there's an overlying crisis. So every few episodes, they'll move that plot along and they'll do an episode about that plot. And in the meantime, the second kind of episode is just like the standard episode where they travel to another planet and encounter hijinks. And I kind of like those episodes. They're fun. They tend to be more silly episodes. The major plot ones tend to be really dramatic and high stakes, while the adventure ones tend to be just kind of fun and humorous. And that's the formula from Stargate SG-1. They kind of put that in place. Is there any more of these? Oh, there's two. That one's already got the wash on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I hope there's no more hiding here. Sorry, Bob. I lost your guns. Definitely TV from a bygone era, though. It's they don't make shows like that anymore. You get whatever 8 episodes. Even like the new one, the new Game of Thrones one, Night of the whatever. It's really good. I like the interaction between the main character, the knight, and the kid. It's well done. But between the intro flashback and the end credits, there's only like 29 minutes of episode. So it's so fast. It's over. As opposed to the old Game of Thrones where, it'd be like an hour and 20 minutes. And yeah, so but I like that they're keeping a kind of tongue-in-cheek humor to it as well. They're keeping it lighthearted as best they can, as opposed to Game of Thrones, and they love to do the fake out, the Game of Thrones fake out, where right when you think something epic's about to happen, they pull a joke. So it's worth watching too. That one, what's it called? A something Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I've been enjoying it. Okay, so I'm gonna dry brush now that platform. So I need to get my dry brush. Gilded Goblin. I bought this set of brushes, Gilded Goblin. I don't remember how much. They're supposed to be premium Kolinsky, right? And it also came with some dry brushes. And I paid like I don't remember a lot, 50, $60 for the set off Facebook. I saw it on Facebook. Then I went to the website and I bought them. And I don't know how happy I am with them. I don't know if I'd recommend them. Sorry, I had to respond to a message. I've never been good at dry brushing. I'm way too impatient. I'm using an airbrush paint to dry brush with, which probably isn't the best. Yeah. Well, time is it? Oh my God, it's 2 o'clock. Oh, hey, someone popped in. Hello, hello, viewer. There's 2 people watching. One of them is me. Wipe up this mess. Hello, viewer. Say hello. Don't leave me hanging. I believe this pot of paint has seen, well, it's actually good for dry brushing. Let's see what it does here. It's very dry. It's a very dry paint. I kind of like to, when I do the gray base, to hit a lot of it with like the brown, just to have it kind of stain in. Okay. Well, I'm going to take a break for now. I've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. That's a lot. And I'm going to come back a little bit later on. I'm off this weekend and Monday, so I plan on doing a lot of painting. I plan on finishing this job, so I plan on streaming some more. I want to finish this Death Company squad. I want to get an army ready for the next tournament I go to, which hopefully maybe next weekend I hit a tournament. I'll have to look around and see what's available. I'll be back in a little while. So thanks for popping in if you did, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.